I guess you could say it's a form of rebellion.
You get addicted to smoking.
You just want one.
Makes you sick.
My grandpa died of lung cancer.
I think any reason is a good reason.
You just tell yourself no more.
You have to want to do it.
It just takes willpower.
You need confidence.
You get the shakes.
It was a struggle.
I quit cold turkey.
I never thought I'd be able to do it.
Everything you think about is a cigarette, cigarette, cigarette.
Take it day by day.
The money situation, it was so expensive to buy cigarettes. Now it's up to like $4 a pack now. Thank God I got out when I did.
I mean, it just got to the point where I hated it enough to not want to continue an action that was making me feel bad about myself.
The reality came to me when my grandfather died of lung cancer.
One day I was eating lunch, and I was with one of my friends, and she looked at my fingernails, and she's like, "What's wrong with your fingernails?" And she's like, "They're yellow." And they had this like yellow tint to them. It just showed me what the cigarettes were doing to my body.
I started playing sports, and I found out it was kind of hindering my playing. It's either that or quit sports, and I just like basketball too much, so I quit.
My hair was smelling, my breath was smelling, feeling sick all the time, but it just kept going on.
It sounds kind of vain, but I think the biggest reason is because of, like, you hear all the premature wrinkles and stuff. That's like the main reason why.
In track, it was unbelievable. I could run the 100 meters and then I'd be gagging after for like 20 minutes to a half hour.
I do play ice hockey, and being the captain of the team, I thought I'd have to perform, and smoking was just like slowing me down on the ice, and it wasn't good, you know, I wasn't scoring.
I sang, and I'd been in choir all throughout high school. Then one day I was just walking around the house, and I was singing to myself, and I opened my mouth, and no sound came out, and like, I almost burst into tears. I was so upset, and I quit, and I haven't smoked since.
I got very sick. I started with a cold, and I still found that I needed to smoke a cigarette because I had the shakes every time I tried to stop.
My friends, a lot of them didn't like the smell, and they didn't want to be around me, you know. It was hard, but it wasn't that hard to stop.
It took me about a full year to finally quit completely.
I quit cold turkey. I didn't try the patch, didn't try the gum. I just said, this will be my last cigarette. I took the pack, crumpled it up, and threw it away. So far, it worked.
I used to be smoking all the time at work. Now I've been chewing sunflower seeds at work and chewing gum. Makes it a lot easier to get through the day. You feel a lot better.
I kept myself involved in school, involved in activities, and involved in athletics as well. And now I do not smoke. And I am very proud of myself.
I went out and bought a whole bunch of candy. My whole car was filled with Lifesavers. And I just kept sucking on candy all the time.
I always carried around a bottle of water. So if I felt like I needed a cigarette, no, I'd drink some water. You know, so it was a pretty healthy substitution for it.
I just pushed myself to quit. I think that you have to like change something else in your life to quit that habit. And that's all it is, it's just a habit.
You need confidence in yourself and willpower, and you just quit if you want to.
I would chew on gum, I'd sit and write, and I'd take it like every 5 minutes at a time. And I'd say to myself, all right, just wait 5 minutes. And then if you really have to, you can. And by the end of the 5 minutes, I was past the craving.
You know, I cheated sometimes, but slowly, I got myself not to smoke. I used like strong self-determination.
I'd hold like a pencil or something in my hand. Just like the way you would smoke a cigarette, I would hold the pencil. I'd twiddle in my fingers, I'd bring it up to my mouth. I'd just find any way to keep my hands off a cigarette. I'd find something like a cigarette, but I wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't be a cigarette. So I tried anything. The gum and the pencils were really helpful. Without those two things, I don't think I'd stop smoking. I'll tell you that it wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but I stopped, and I'm happy I stopped.
You get the shakes. I had troubles concentrating. I couldn't sleep at night.
My whole body ached. It was really a miserable experience. Every time something would happen, the smallest thing, I'd jump off the handle, just get mad, go into a rage. It's hard.
I had cravings when I'd see people smoke, was the worst. You know, when I was around it, was really bad. So I just tried to remove myself from the environment where people were smoking, and that tended to help a bit.
The worst part was the first 2 weeks, because that's all you want after you eat, when you wake up in the morning, when you're going to work, when you're going to school. It's the only thing on your mind, and you just have to stay strong and not do it.
You can't do what you're doing. You just, everything you think about is a cigarette, cigarette, cigarette.
And it was hard, especially when I was going through an emotional time, not to turn, get a cigarette, because it was always there for me in the past. And that's what I came to rely on.
It was a struggle, but I got through it.
You'd get all shaky and your hands would get like all sweaty and stuff like that. And you'd get in real terrible moods. I was in bad moods for a while, bad moods.
I used to get the shakes when I felt like I needed a cigarette. Mostly just feeling the need to pick up a cigarette and have it in my hand and take one drag, at least one drag.
It's hard. Take it day by day, just like everybody else.
I have a group of friends that are non-smokers and then a group that are smokers. And the ones that are smokers try to help me too by not smoking around me as much and helped out a lot.
One of my really good friends, she was a non-smoker, so she really, helped me out a lot. I would hang out with her a lot. We'd go, we'd go get coffee or hang out, go to the mall or something, and she was such a positive influence on me. And she really, really helped me a lot. So I thank her very much for that. I probably couldn't have done it without her.
My friends are more than the cigarettes, and they really supported me and helped me, and that's how I stopped.
Some of my friends were helpful, and some of them weren't. Some of them it was harder to hang around with, and because they still were smoking, and that became a problem. But some of them really helped me along and told me I didn't need it, and it was okay.
True friends that are there for you. They won't smoke around you if they do. They tell you not to. They'll help you. They tell you the effects of it. That's basically a true friend that would help you. 1 or 2 of them quit with me because they knew that it was stupid.
I didn't just cold turkey and just stop. I had to take it day by day. But I mean, my friends helped me. There were times where I'd go 3 or 4 days without it, and then I'd go back, and then But my friends were there, to help me out. But it was hard. It wasn't easy.